about there's going to be items, and I've seen comments online that, they say these extractors are wear items or these ejectors are wear items and that they should be replaced at certain intervals. Reality is there is no specified interval change for these parts. I've had extractors, I've put extractors in, and them last 40,000 rounds or 30,000 rounds. I've also put an extractor in and have it last 5,000 rounds. I've had the same thing happen with firing pins. Like I've had firing pins snap after 3,000 rounds, and then I put replacements in and they've lasted as long as I've had the gun from then on out. So like, there's no, like, I wouldn't object it. Like I wouldn't, unless there's something wrong with the gun or it's doing something unless it's not working, yeah, I wouldn't go out of my way to change these parts or to, like, I guess, replace good parts with other good parts, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you saw some people with some real strong opinions about the extractors, especially like on the comments on my videos, right. Like, hey man, idiot, wear item, like you change it every X number of rounds. So, like, I saw one guy say, oh, based on this, I'm just going to change mine every 15,000 rounds. And I kind of read that comment, like, dude, I don't know if that's what you want to take away from this.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, I don't really see that. Once again, if it's not broken, like the extractor is not something that there's a predictive lifespan of, right? And I mean, like, once again, there's some extractors and some guns. I know we have a couple guns at Atlas that have run for the life of the gun and haven't changed the extractor at all. So I mean, it's just, there's no rhyme or reason to when they break. Now, I will say this: when you have to remove an extractor from a 2011, you have to push it back to get it back through the tunnel. Mm-hmm. If you are constantly pushing that extractor back into that tunnel and bending it back into that tunnel and scraping it on the inside of the tunnel, there is a chance that you could put the extractor out of adjustment if you go too often with it. Or like, let's say people clean it every 1,000 rounds. That's a little much.
Right. I noticed the same thing taking the extractor out of my 2011s. It's an easy process. It's nice, mm-hmm. But to me, it feels like I'm stressing it. I'm kind of pulling it through there. And it's like, okay, I don't want to do this, especially when knowing that the tension on the extractor is a sensitive thing. So I mean, to me, if something's working, I tend to not want to mess with it.
Correct. I mean, so there's you want to keep up with it. Like, and I don't have a particular round count that I pull the extractor out. Right. So if I have a big match coming up, as far as a section match or area match or national, something like that, I'll pull the extractor out, but I don't try to pull the extractor out on oh man, I've shot 10,000 rounds or 5,000 rounds or whatever the round count is. I should pull that extractor out. I'll clean it before major events and whatnot to make sure there's no debris getting in behind it or whatever the case may be. But to proactively clean it every 1,000 rounds, I just, like I said, same thing. You have to bend it back to a certain degree. I don't know. Yeah. There's just, for me, I don't go that crazy into it.
Right. Okay. So you told me offline that you would keep 3 parts on hand. Correct. Firing pin, extractor, ejector. Is that what it was?
Correct.
Okay. And those, in your opinion, those are the 3 that can just hey man, no rhyme or reason. They just do what they do. And you might need to put a new one in.
Yeah, at random, there might be an imperfection in the metals or of those particular parts. It doesn't matter the manufacturer. They could. Those are the parts that I have seen fail at people, especially at matches or in training. And I've actually seen, with relatively good success, people be able to, yes, all of those parts, well, minus the firing pin, kind of need to be fit to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. I've had people have a pretty successful time dropping in an extractor and dropping in an ejector, and it runs. Sorry, the dog's going crazy.